Call the meeting. Join me for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You've received the minutes of the previous meeting. What are your wishes?
Move to approve.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Okay, yeah.
First on the agenda I have is to approve our fuel quote from May 12th. Sorry, this one took me a little bit to get to you guys. Nutrient Ag out of Conrad, for $17,425.
Move to approve.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Next is to transfer a trailer from conservation to secondary roads. Conservation wants $300 for their trailer. We were buying it to move our future mower around on.
Mhm.
We were gonna buy one, but now it seems they have one that they wanna get rid of. And this is basically to buy the tires that they put on it. So they just put
Yeah.
brand new tires on it and they wanted $300 for it.
Okay.
Move approval.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. What else is going on?
Well, let's see here. We're done with, stockpile is done but out of Stout and Rhinebeck. We're gonna spend the next week down in Conrad hauling out of that stockpile. 4 trucks down there. Blades are out blading. Sounds like we got a little bit of rain, but I don't know if it's gonna amount to much. We got forms built for a triple culvert replacement. Sitting down in the shop or down in the cold storage, ready to go in, probably do that the week after our motor grader training.
How big are the pipes?
6472, and it's on a skew.
Fun ones.
Yeah. They did not ask for help on calculating the skew on cutting the holes, so I'm assuming they got that figured out.
No problem.
I did not want to do that. It gets fun.
Yeah,
You've done enough?
I've done some.
See what else? Kurt's digging up north, taking out a box, putting in a pipe. And then, Jason is delivering some pipe to, for some future installs, so. That's what's going on today. June 9th is our motor grader training. And, got a couple roads picked out, northwest of Grundy here. That we're gonna focus on. We're not exactly sure which one he wants, but we'll let him choose between the two.
You say that's June 9th?
The week of June 9th. So those model sections of road, we'll see 12 motor graders on it all at once.
In case someone
It'll
asks.
be, yes, it'll look like, something's going on.
parade.
Be very, good opportunities for some pretty cool pictures.
My friends in Conrad tell me that the semi drivers are figuring out that they can go through Conrad and not have to get off Highway 14.
Taking hawk or taking the gravel?
Hawking.
Okay.
So there, and I've noticed it when I was planting this spring, there's a lot more semis on Hawk than there has been, but they said, and since I haven't been in the field now, they said, why are there so many semis coming through Conrad? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So they're beating up our new road.
Perfect. And we should be finishing up shoulder rocking on that today.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna take the blade out, blade it down and have them do a roll on it last time. To get the high stuff knocked down. I did find out why the piles were there is because they were skimming that top crust off with the skid loader, dumping it on that side. But coming back, they didn't have a place to dump it, so.
Oh, gotcha.
It's a little high on some spots and a little low,
It's
so
looking good.
it looks
And man,
fantastic.
and where they blended out into the roads and the driveways, excellent.
Yes, it looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So it's, they've done been very impressed with, like I said, driveways and then coming off the gravels. It's nice and smooth and long. It's twice as long as it was before.
Yep. Yeah, so, and then, the first lift, it had me kind of concerned that we weren't gonna get all the bumps knocked out, but
Yeah.
that second lift, final lift really smoothed
Yeah.
everything up,
Yeah.
so. Anything else? Up your guys'
Any
way?
questions?
Districts?
Nope.
No. Alright.
Oh, 2 summer help started today. Peter and Daniel. Mark got a meeting this morning. We're here filling out paperwork.
All right. Thanks, Jeff.
Yep.
Next item on the agenda is to review the request for Felix Grundy Parade Detour Route and authorize chairperson to acknowledge receipt for request for closing primary road extension and possible action. And that's a mouthful. It was passed around. Are there any questions or would anyone care to make that motion?
I will make that.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? You? There's that one. The next item is to accept the resignation of Larry Riepkus, Shiloh Township trustee. Would anyone care to acknowledge that, acknowledge that resignation? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And then also to accept the resignation of James Severance, Palermo Township trustee.
So, go ahead. So,
Is there a second?
second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next item is to approve the auditor interfund transfer number 1520. And Alan, what are we transferring?
25,000 from secondary roads to the Highway 20 fund. That's that repayment.
Okay. Would anyone care to make a
I'll
motion?
do that.
All right, is there a second?
Okay.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? And the next is to approve the auditor interfund transfer number 1521.
We had paid PCI like $692,680 roughly. And that is just gonna be going from the capital projects fund to secondary roads.
Okay.
Kind of how
Anyone-
we've been processing those in the past.
Would anyone care to make that motion?
I would.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next item is to approve the request for a liquor license for Everest Bar Company LLC, possible action regarding the same.
Looks like another one for that wedding venue out here.
Out here, okay. Would anyone care to make that motion?
I will make that motion.
All right,
Second.
okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, I don't think I've skipped anything this week. Are there any board and committee meetings anyone had?
I had Central Iowa last Friday,
Okay.
always interesting.
How was
always
that?
Long. We had a couple closed sessions on it. One was regarding the lawsuit from Hardin County. Can't say a whole lot. We did appoint a negotiating committee, which we did name the executive committee less the Hardin County,
No, Lance,
right,
Granzo.
Granzow,
he's off of the negotiating committee, and we, put on a former executive committee member. He's been on the executive committee several years, so he has some background in
From
that.
Franklin, Gary McVicker, no,
Big Vickers, yes, Big Vickers. So those 5 individuals will be trying to figure out what, where we go from here with Hardin County. It's been kind of a shot in the dark to know what they really want. Speculations, but nothing concrete. Another closed session was findings of the there was some HHS investigations on some allegations that kids were put where they were not supposed to be on that supervision, and so that's an ongoing session on that. Financially, everything is about as expected. We did have quite a discussion. Now is the time of year that they look at the salaries for the coming year. And there was concern that which everybody experiences, do they give a percentage raise to everybody? The ones on the lower end don't get as much, and the ones in the higher end get more. They were trying to figure out how to equalize that. I don't know that there's ever an answer to that, but that was quite a lengthy discussion. No action was taken. I think that's about all I can say with regards to the closed sessions.
okay. Any other meetings anybody had? No. And county social services, both HR and executive committee meetings last week. Just dealing with the closeout, which is coming up June 30th. And as it's been since the beginning of the year, since they found out, everything they bring up, it's like one thing leads to 14 more questions, but they have lost one more member. They had 19, another person has taken other employment. So they just divide the job duties up with the others that are left. They have turned in the vehicles or sold back the vehicles. They're trying to decide what to do with all of the other equipment that they have. They will have their computers wiped clean. They're having an all-staff picnic the last day, and then their company will come in and wipe their computers clean, so that there's no information left on those, and then they'll disperse those however is decided. They're still trying to, they have submitted their closeout plan. I think they're on the 3rd revision to HHS. They keep coming back with they don't like it. I think what they don't like is the final number of what they will be, the funds that they will not be using this year. They would like to see a higher number of that. So they're still working that out. Otherwise, yeah, it's just figuring out how to get business done, how to make sure the bills get paid, because they will not all be turned in by June 30th, but they will still have, I think they're thinking 3 staff that will stay on as contracted labor after June 30th until that is completed. So that was that for this week. Is there anything else to come before the board? Butch, you got anything this morning?
TJ was here, Point Enterprises or whatever, and they did the air conditioners upstairs last week, so they're all done. Cleaned up and put back everything. he had to redo the drain, I shouldn't say he had to, he redid the drain lines because there was such an issue before with them backing up and leaking, and so we decided we were gonna do them differently. But his price that he gave the bid prior, the bill was $2,000 less, so.
That's nice.
Cause you tore all. the
Yeah, you
crap.
A
tore
lot of it is, a lot of it is, some of it is, it just came in a little bit lower, he didn't use as much stuff or whatever, but I was surprised with him redoing all the drain lines and stuff, but it still came in cheaper, but yeah. He gave us a price, cut on, be tearing everything out and getting it out of there, so.
Appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, thanks for doing that.
Like I said, it worked out well for him just to come in and start running his stuff, getting his stuff up but yeah, they did a good job, cleaned up. I mean, they're not real, I mean, they were noisy, but not bad. But yeah, and with this system, I can download an app on my phone and I can watch what they're doing, if they're running, if they're not, they'll tell me, what's wrong with them to, I mean. Yeah, they're really good to work with. I was really impressed with them, so,
Sounds like just in time by the end of the week,
yeah.
might need
yeah.
those.
And that's what he wanted. I mean, it just happened to work out well that it was cool last week and they didn't have port up there, so. I mean, it worked out well and that he could get here as soon as he did. That's what.
Nice.
Start right away.
Good deal. Right. Anything else? Otherwise, I would take a motion for adjournment.
Make that motion.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you.